Susie Dingle Shadow here with a tip or two regarding the handling of grass when it's overgrown and grown into your beds and such. We're actually seeing the midway through this process, and I'll show you pictures of before. This corner area, which I had vegetables in last year, the circular area here, barely visible I think, and we'll be reestablishing the path and getting rid of some of these grasses. So let's get right down to it, and I mean down to it. What I did was very simple. It looked like so much grass, but in reality it really is just a lot of top growth. And in here is a really good example of how the grass is. I mean, that just looks like a horrible big mess, right? And it is, but there's a lot of leafy stuff on top, and so it actually looks worse than it really is. This is a whole lot of top growth, and it comes from a very small clump. Now this time of the year I can sometimes just pull it out. No, that one's a little bit too grabby. But let me illustrate over here how easy it is to pull some of these out. When the soil is really soft, sometimes you can just pull it out with your hands without having to dig it off. Now there we go. That also depends on the kind of grass you have. But I find I can make a dent in the amount of grass just by doing this, or bending it over if I don't have time or I can't pull it, just to bend it over to see how far it goes into the place where I don't want it to grow, and then I can selectively come along and dig out the larger clumps. It's springtime, it's been raining for, oh my gosh, forever it seems, and the soil's very soft and very easy to pull the weeds and the grasses out. Most of them. Some are clumpy and not. Let's look over here. I see a grass blade over here. I do miss some. Oh, no, that was just a straggler. I often miss them and come back a few days later and look and see where I need to keep pulling them out. I'm in the process of restoring mostly a path here to cover up this grass. So I didn't feel that I needed to remove most of the grass. I just needed to get it pulled back from the edge. And then if it's too bumpy or too thick on the edges, all you have to do is a couple things. You could either use some kind of a slicing, like a serrated knife. I just happen to have my hori-hori with me. I can't show you right now because I'm only one-handed, but basically I just rough cut it with my hori-hori and pull the grass into the center of the path. Alternately, I shift around. Because of injuries, I've found that it's better if I just keep changing the way my position is and changing my body mechanics. So sometimes I'll just rough pull on it like that. Just very easy. Now down here is one of those situations where I want to lessen this clump of grass here. I just think it's too big. I can't dig it out with my hori-hori, this guy. So I'm going to come along with the shovel, and then I'm going to flip it upside down so I still preserve the mound here, but we've gotten rid of the grass. And by the way, I love this shovel. Point. It came from Lee Valley, and I've not seen it since. But I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to lift up that clump, and then just flip it over. One-handed, like that. That way the hole gets refilled and the grass struggles to come back. Easy pleasy. I do not feel the need to do that to this entire thing since it's going to be smothered, and honestly all of this wonderful material will act as compost. I spend a lot of time on my bottom working through the beds like this. You know, I'll just keep cleaning back the edges, and then I will scoop myself back. And as I'm doing that, I'm compressing all of this grass, and it's going to make it easier to cover it up. I wanted to get at least this much done because it could go a few days without my having to put the mulch down. It would be okay. It wouldn't grow back or be a problem.
If you have tips for managing the grasses that you have in your garden, please leave them in the comments. And until next time, keep dreaming in the garden.